My name is Joe Kalinosky. I am the husband of Ellen Kalinosky, and she has had aplastic anemia and PNH back in the 80s and was diagnosed with MDS in 2013. We had eventually ended up at Duke University Medical Center where she was part of a clinical trial. She got one of the last doses of the ATG made from horses. And she developed serum sickness, and she was very, very weak. If there was a bandage on her arm, if they went to remove the bandage, flesh would come off with it. She was very, very weak and unable to move. She was in the hospital down there for about a month. And when the treatment was done, they said, all right, now you can go home as long as you're strong enough to walk around the unit. And she had a hard time even getting out of bed. So as the engineer, problem solver, we had to figure out how to get her strong again. So what I did was every day we would duct tape her feet to my feet, and she would stand on my feet, tape her feet to mine, and I would get her up out of bed and just walk a few steps that first day and then a few more the following day. And eventually we got her to walk around the unit. So we were able to go home thanks to a roll of duct tape. When her the serum sickness had developed and she was down at her low counts. Excuse me. It was difficult for her because she thought, well, this is it. There's not going to be much left. But little by little, it started getting better. It took about a year for the ATG to actually start kicking in and see the progress. Well, she's Pennsylvania Dutch, so she's stubborn by nature. Yeah, she is a fighter. She doesn't quit.
So I have the trifecta, they call me, sort of. Or that's the word they use for me, is a trifecta. I had aplastic anemia, I was diagnosed in 1983, was diagnosed with PNH in 1986, and then with MDS in 2013. So I was 25 years old, and I was all the way to 55 years old on the third round. So I understand I'm very unusual. When I go back to 1983, and I told them that I was going to be out for a while, and they were very, very understanding. It was a good company that understood what it was like to have a chronic illness or to have a catastrophic illness. And then in 2013, when I told them, they decided to let me go. And the anger over that's really hard. Forgiveness comes over time. So what I did was I decided I needed a place to sit and think and forgive. And so I bought myself a forgiveness chair. And it hangs on my patio, and I would sit in it sometimes an hour or two a day because I couldn't get to that place of forgiveness. I was learning the lesson wrong. I thought that I was going to be clear that in my 50s or 60s, nothing was going to happen to me because I had paid my dues. What I found out was the lesson that I had to learn was not about the fact that I was going to escape it, was the fact that whatever happened, I was going to get through it. I learned perspective. At the end of the day, it's about perspective. It's about living in reality versus not living there. But in the morning when I get up and my foot touches the floor, my perspective is that I'm here. And for today, I will enjoy that.